imagine the world largest battleship. How you feel? I think you guys imagine like a biggest battleship in which all the small battleships look like toy in front of the type of battleships. Now imagine this battleship belong to your country. How you feel? Exactly, the Japanese would also feel the same in the World War II when they have the world largest and powerful battleships called Yamato. Of World War II, Japanese Navy and US Navy fighting each other in the Pacific Ocean. During the World War II, Japanese Navy attack on the Pearl Harbor. Japanese Navy knew that they cannot beat the American Navy in terms of the number of battleships. So they are trying to make the big and most powerful Navy battleship. So they can easily beat American Navy by making quality based battleship over quantity. Because at that time Japanese Army and Navy has a lack of resources, so they are unable to make many more number of battleships. So that's why they were making unique and most powerful warships. After the attack of the Pearl Harbor in 1941, Japanese Navy launches the world's largest and most powerful battleship called Yamato. Yamato were the largest and the longest battleships were made during the World War II, and the displacement is around 70,000 tons. When the model of these big battleships were represented to the Japanese manufacturer, then at that time they had no any place in their harbor to make this big battleship. So they were make a new harbor and shipyard for making this Yamato battleship. Now let's talk about Yamato most powerful gun. During the World War II, Yamato were famous because of their 9 big gun, and each gun fired 18.1 inch shell, and the range of this gun was 25 miles. This is huge, and that's why every enemy battleship feared to fight against the Yamato battleship. Yamato also had many secondary gun, and the secondary gun with the long range. Yamato also had many different type of anti-aircraft gun, and due to this, enemy fighter jet feared to come near this Yamato battleship. The armor of the battleship were also very thick and very powerful, so enemy battleship shells were not easily able to penetrate the armor of this battleship. Now let's talk about the service history of the Yamato battleship. When these battleships come in the service after the 1941, during all this period, these battleships were not frequently used in war. This battleship is generally used for transportation of military equipment, weapon, and especially for the sending soldiers from Japanese island to another occupied island. But in 1944, this Yamato battleship come in the battleground, and during that battle her sister Musashi were sunk by Allied forces. During the World War II, Allied forces air force were more powerful against the Axis forces. That's why Allied forces easily sinked the Axis Navy warship and the help of their members and fighter jet. Now let's talk about the Yamato final and the last mission. Now in 1945, the final mission announced for Yamato battleship due to the invasion of Americans and Allied forces for Okinawa Island. Because Allied forces were planning to invade the Japan from Okinawa Island. To stop the Okinawa Island invasion by American and Allied forces, Japanese Navy and Air Force were trying to stop the Allied forces and counter attack, and they were trying to not use their main battleship on that battle, because they were trying to keep their best and largest battleship Yamato for upcoming future invasion of Japan. So they were not trying to send this Yamato for Battle of Okinawa, but their Emperor Hirohito ordered to send this Yamato battleship for the final mission for Okinawa Island. Due to the lack of resources, fuel and ammunition, the top general and the commander of Japanese Navy give suggestion to the Emperor Hirohito to keep this Yamato safe for upcoming invasion of Japan. But the Emperor ordered to send this Yamato battleship fight against the invasion of Okinawa Island from Americans and Allied forces, and Yamato are sent for the final mission called Operation Tango. Now let's discuss about the Yamato final mission. During the invasion of Okinawa, Yamato were sent to stop the Allied forces, and the mission of this Yamato is to destroy those ships which were carrying the Americans and Allied forces. So after destroying all those troops ships, this battleship will go to the beach of the Okinawa and stop there, and after sending all their troops to the Okinawa Island, Yamato is still stand there and fight until destroy herself. Now that day had come for the final mission, everyone know that this ship is one of the one-way mission for Yamato battleship because there is no air support given. And after this, the day had come. March 1945, Yamato started moving toward Allied forces to protect Okinawa Island. And after that, all Allied forces, battleship, submarines, and aircraft carrier were started moving toward Yamato Battleship to stop it before reaching to the Okinawa Island. Because all Allied forces know that if Yamato Battleship reached to the Okinawa Island, then all the troop ships will destroyed. So they want to stop the Yamato Battleship reaching to the Okinawa Island. On March 7, 1945, first bomb dropped on the Yamato Battleship by dive bombers, and after that 12 p.m. first big wave of dive bombers and torpedo bombers start coming toward the Yamato. During the first attack by the Allied forces on the Yamato, some torpedo hit the left side of the Yamato, and then it start tilting to the left with 5 to 6 degree. And after that, Yamato start counter flooding to maintain the balance of the Yamato battleship. Again, the second wave of dive bombers and torpedo bombers come at the 1 p.m. During the second wave of attack by Allied forces, some bomb and torpedo hit the left side of the Yamato battleships, and now the Yamato turning is around 18 to 19 degree, and for maintaining this tilting, start counter flooding for Yamato. Now the final tilting is around 10 degree, which is very dangerous for Yamato battleship. Now the final and the third wave of dive bombers and torpedo bombers came at around 1:40 p.m. The third and the final attack by the dive bomber and torpedo bomber started hitting the Yamato battleship. Now in this third wave, dive bomber, many bomb and torpedo hit the engine room, deck, upper, lower and portion of the battleship. Now Yamato battleship lose their maneuverability and stop at the same position. At the 2 p.m. order was given to the all crew members of the Yamato battleship to abandon the ship. After the third wave of dive bomber and torpedo bomber, multiple explosions started inside the Yamato battleship. After 20 minutes, several explosions started happening inside the Yamato battleship, and the last big explosion happened, and from the 6-kilometer high altitude mushroom cloud, and this could seen from 165 km, and after that Yamato battleship sink and settle down to the sea floor 1200 feet down and 50 miles southwest of Kyushu, Japan. After hitting 20 bombs and torpedo directly, Yamato battleship sunk because actually these battleships were especially made for facing the battleship, not facing the huge number of dive bomber and torpedo. That's why is this battleship Yamato sink easily. Now this battleship is rest in peace from 50 km southwest of Kyushu, Japan. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell us if any feedback. Please write down in the comment box. Thanks for watching.